Good morning. It's Saturday, June 18th. It's 70 degrees. It's about 8 o'clock in the morning, and it's a little bit windy, so I apologize if there is some wind noise in my camera. Today I'm going to attempt to plant up this shade garden I have here. I have a wedding to go to today, so I only have like an hour and a half or 2 hours before I have to jump in the shower. But I really want to get these plants in the ground because the wind is just destroying all my plants. I have so much to plant still. But of course I didn't plant it. I went to the nursery yesterday and just kind of picked stuff. I knew I had a 16-foot long by 14-foot wide bed. I mean, it does look kind of sunny now, but this is the only time early in the morning it gets a little bit of dappled sun. It's like pretty much mostly shade. The front, like 6-8 inches, gets a little more sun, like maybe a couple more hours. But that's it. It's all shade. This is the north-facing wall of our house. To orient yourself, I'll show you where you are. We're in the backyard. As you can see, I have a lot of stuff still in pots waiting to be planted. But most of that is I'm being held up by the landscaper. I mean, no excuse for the stuff up there, because that could go in the ground, but I'm just not sure. I'm letting it sit in the pots just to make sure I like what I have. And unfortunately my hibiscus, which is to the left of the shed, you can barely see it here, there behind the pot with the honey petunias in the pot, got blown over and one of the biggest stems broke right off. I'm so mad. So I got to get that in the ground. But anyway, so I'm going to attempt to do this today. I have about an hour and a half. I have to amend the soil really well. It's all sand. So that's the biggest chore right there. So let's get going. Let's get planting. I guess I neglected to tell you what I'm planting, so let me show you. The red flowers along the front here, they're super pretty. Those are the Proven Winners Infinity Cherry Red New Guinea Impatiens. Here's the tag. They get 10 to 14 shade plants. That's those. And I have, I don't know how many, but they go all the way up and down. I have this one that's suspiciously not looking like red. The tag does say red, cherry red, so I'm gonna throw it in the ground and just see. It does have some cherry red on the side. Maybe it's just bleached out by sun or something, I hope, because it looks a little bit like magenta. Excuse me. The other plant I have is this one right here. And that is Rocapoco White Double Impatient. Another shade plant, 10 to 20 inches. That's a little taller, so I have it on the second tier in. And this is a plant that I've never really planted before, of any kind. I've never planted Heuchera. Isn't that pretty though? I like the color. It's really pretty. It's called this Heuchera Georgia Peach. This is not Proven Winners, but I couldn't find any Proven Winners Heuchera at my plant place. So this is obviously a perennial. Let me see if I can get it to focus. Zones 4 to 9. Gets 14 inches high. It's pretty. It's a really interesting peachy corally color. Okay, and then also I have these. Another perennial, obviously Hosta. And this one is Proven Winners. It's called Proven Winners Shadowland Autumn Frost. I just like the color of them. I thought it would bring some brightness to this dark spot over here. And they stay pretty small. That was another thing. I love huge hostas. Like, I love the giant ones. But I just don't have the space here. And the last plant I have is this one right here. And it is in flower. It's kind of a soft, creamy white. It's not really a really white. I kind of wanted a white, but I actually couldn't find one that would take shade in the place I was looking. So this one is called a Ivory Pearls Astilbe. And it is, let's see the tag. That one gets pretty big, 28 to 30 inches. So I put it in the middle, just kind of like a little centerpiece. As I said, I had no garden plan, so I was just buying things willy-nilly, as I always do, with a vague kind of plan in my brain. I think it will come together nicely, and if I have to fill in with other plants as we go along, so be it. I have so many plants to buy and so much planting. I just want to get a little bit of something in each bed. And then over, over the summer or even next year, nothing has to be, not everything has to be done this first year. I can add. So let's get planting. Good morning. It is the next day and it is raining, so this is going to be brief. I know it looked like it only took me something like 48 seconds to plant these, I think 29 plants in here, but it took me over 2 hours. And we had that wedding to go to, which was in Newport. It was off the hook and so much fun. Congratulations, Katie and Drew. But one thing I neglected to mention in the first part of the video was this grass right here that I planted. I have two of them. I have one this end and one on that end, and it's called Heuchera grass, areola, which is kind of weird. Here's the tag. But it gets 1 to 2 feet high and 2 to 3 feet wide. Now I know this is kind of tight here, but I want it to spill over the walkway. And just so you know a little bit of how I planted these yesterday, this is mostly sand. It's crazy. So I just dug a hole that was like twice as wide and almost 3 times as deep, and I filled it with some nice soil. And then I put the plants in. So I hope they do okay here. I still don't mind this bucket back here. These two little hostas in there were in the yard growing. Literally, there was just one little leaf sticking up, and I scoured the yard and I found them, so I stuck them in a pot. So I'm going to put them somewhere. I just haven't decided yet. And then I have an extra autumn frost hosta there too. But I hope you're enjoying this content, and if you are, please like and subscribe. More to come, because we do have all of this stuff to plant up still. Enjoy your rainy Sunday. Bye-bye.